You're born in Philadelphia, August 23rd, 1978. Your father is an NBA player, Joe Dean Bryant. Basketball is in your blood, not a hobby, a heritage. But when you're 6, you move to Italy. Different language, different culture, same obsession. You wake up to pasta, calcio, and the echo of your dad's games in small-town gyms. You speak Italian better than English. You play soccer to fit in, until the court calls you back. You study basketball like it's sacred scripture. You memorize moves. You imitate Jordan. You watch tape like a scientist. You practice until the court lights go off. At 13, you return to Philly. New school, new pressure, new hunger. They say you're too European, too skinny, too weird. You smile. Then you drop 30 on their heads, then 40, then 50. You're a high school kid dominating like a pro. At Lower Merion High, you average 30.8 points per game. You speak 4 languages. You read Shakespeare. And you murder defenses. You lead your team to the state title. First in over 50 years. Then comes the decision. College? No thanks. You're going pro. 1996, you're 17 years old. Wearing a suit too big and confidence too loud. The NBA draft, Charlotte Hornets pick you at #13. But 5 minutes later, you're traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. You don't just land on a team, you land on a stage. Hollywood, spotlights, legends, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Jerry West, and now you. Youngest player in the league. You're raw, skinny, cocky. But behind the swagger, obsession. You study the game like a madman. First in the gym, last to leave. You shoot until your fingers bleed. You challenge veterans to one-on-one. You're 18, but you play like the next 20 years already live inside you. Your rookie year, airballs in the playoffs. Critics laugh, fans doubt, but you don't fold. You fuel, you say, I'd rather go 0 for 30 than 0 for 9, because 0 for 9 means you stopped shooting. Next season, you rise. 1997 slam dunk contest. You float, twist, windmill. You win, the crowd loses its mind. You become the youngest all-star ever. And then you meet the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Together, you're a storm. He's power, you're precision. He's thunder, you're fire. The Lakers become a show. And soon, a dynasty. It's the early 2000s. The Lakers aren't just good. They're terrifying. Shaq dominates the paint. You dominate everything else. 2000, 2001, 2002. 3 rings. A 3-peat. You're 21, a champion, a global icon. But behind the banners, something brews. You and Shaq, you don't speak the same language. He jokes, you grind. He parties. You study film at 3 a.m. He wants fun. You want forever. The media calls it a feud. You call it a difference in vision, but it spills over. Arguments in practice, passive-aggressive interviews, side eyes after missed passes. Then 2003, dark clouds. You're accused of sexual assault. The headlines turn venomous. Your name everywhere. Not for scoring, for scandal. The case gets dropped. But the wound, it never fully heals. You play through it, while flying to courtrooms by day and drop 40 by night. But you change, less smiles, more fire. You become colder, a new Kobe, the Black Mamba. You say, the Mamba mentality is about being the best version of yourself, even if it means becoming a monster. 2004, the dynasty collapses. Shaq is traded. Phil Jackson leaves. And suddenly you're alone. No partner, no rings, no sympathy. And you like it that way, because now it's all on you. No Shaq, no Phil, no help, just you. The critics say, Kobe can't win without Shaq. He's selfish. He'll never be Jordan. You don't respond. You attack. You drop 62 points in 3 quarters. Then, like it's a joke, 81 points against Toronto, second highest in NBA history. You don't smile. You don't boast. You just say, there's still work to do. Because you don't want stats. You want rings. The Lakers? A mess. You drag them to the playoffs, but they collapse early. Year after year, you score 40, 50, even 60. But the wins don't follow. You beg for help. You almost leave Chicago, New York, anywhere. Then Phil Jackson returns, and something shifts. They trade for Pau Gasol, a soft-spoken Spaniard with genius in his fingertips. Suddenly, you're not alone. And the Mamba smells blood. 2008, you win MVP. You lead Team USA to gold. 2009, you win your 4th championship. No Shaq, no asterisk, just you. Then 2010, Celtics, Game 7, ugly, brutal, desperate. You shoot 6 for 24, but you rebound, you assist, you lead. And when the final buzzer sounds, 5 rings. You scream to the heavens, a primal release. Because now, there's nothing left to prove. You're in your 30s now. Most stars fade. You ignite. 2013, you carry a broken Lakers team on your back. Night after night. Minutes piling up like bricks. Then, April 12th, you drive to the basket. Pop. You fall. You know instantly. Achilles. Torn. You stand up. Walk to the line. And shoot your free throws. Not because you're heroic. Because you're Kobe. They carry you off the court. But you never let pain end your story. You return, but your body fights back. Knee, shoulder, everything aches. The game you love, it starts slipping away. And so you write a letter. Dear basketball, a goodbye wrapped in poetry. 2016, you announce your retirement. The NBA mourns. Then, the final game. You walk into Staples Center. One last time. One last duel. You drop 60 points. 60. At 37, on a rebuilt body, in a broken team. The crowd chants your name. The world watches. You check out with 4 seconds left. You raise your arms. You smile like a man finally at peace. Mamba out. Mic drop. You retire, but you don't slow down. You wake up at 4 a.m., still training. Not your body, your mind. You coach your daughter, Gianna. She's fierce, focused, a reflection of you. Together, you sit courtside, breaking down plays, studying greatness. You build the Mamba Academy. You write books. Win an Oscar for your animated short deer basketball. You teach young athletes the Mamba mentality. Hard work outweighs talent. Every time, you become more than a player, a father, a storyteller, a symbol. Then, January 26th, 2020, a helicopter. A foggy morning, and suddenly, silence. You, Gianna, and 7 others. Gone. The world stops. Murals flood the streets. Tears flow like rain. Legends cry on live television. Even in death, you unite the world. Because you weren't just Kobe. You were willpower. You were obsession. You were the man who chased perfection, even if it never stood still. So, was it worth it? The isolation? The pain? The price of greatness? Ask the defenders you torched. Ask the fans who screamed your name. Ask the daughters now learning your fadeaway. You stare at the basket, at the final buzzer, at the legacy, and you whisper, "Leave the game better than you found it." This was your life as Kobe Bryant. You were born with the name, but you became the Mamba. A myth, a mentor, a legend carved in sweat, scars, and midnight practices. The game remembers. The world remembers. And every time someone says, they're really saying, thank you.